Hugh Jackman says he's sorry about leaving Wolverine behind, and he talks about the moment he realized it. Though the actor is coming back to play the mutant human, Wolverine in Deadpool 3 and the X-Men star has already started getting back into superhero shape. Hugh Jackman pinpoints exactly when he regretted his Wolverine retirement. In an interview with Deadline, Jackman talked about leaving Wolverine. He said that he almost immediately regretted saying that the 2017 movie Logan would be his last as the popular anti-hero. I was 20 minutes into Deadpool, and I had literally just said a few weeks earlier that Logan would be my last, which I fully intended. Then I thought, oh no, he said. The Australian actor, who was promoting the Florian Zeller movie, The Sun, also talked about his conversations with Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool, and said that something was always going on under the surface, even though he kept turning down offers to play Wolverine again. Just now, I was on my way to the beach. It was the middle of August, and I had a week off from The Music Man on Broadway. It was my first week off that I had in 8, 9, or 10 months, and I thought, I really want to do that. That was the end. He said. Jackman kept going. I called Ryan Reynolds as soon as I got to the beach to find out what the hell was going on, and now we're here. It happened so fast, and believe me, every morning when I wake up, Ryan Reynolds is standing outside my house with signs that say, please. He asks me about it all the time. When he called me back, he said, are you serious? So yeah. Jackman joked that he wasn't a very good poker player, but he said he wasn't coming back as Wolverine until he and Ryan Reynolds officially announced it in a YouTube video last September. I really meant it when I said I was done all along. But anyway, it was clear that this idea was hiding and growing deep inside, he said. Reynolds' pitch for Deadpool 3 to Disney and Marvel Studios executives included a big part about Jackman's return. The return to the Logan/Wolverine role for Jackman coincides with the Deadpool franchise joining the MCU. Before Logan, Jackman was a regular in the X-Men movie series. He was in X-Men Origins, Wolverine, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Futures Past, and X-Men Apocalypse. The star of Les Miserables was also the main character in The Wolverine, which came out in 2013. Jackman plays Peter Miller in The Sun, which is based on Zeller's 2018 play of the same name. He is getting ready to play Wolverine again. In the movie, Nicholas, a teenager, moves out of his mother's house and in with his father and his father's new partner. But as Peter struggles with being a parent, Beth's baby, and his dream job in Washington, he loses track of how to take care of Nicholas while trying to fix the mistakes his father had made when he was a child. The Sun was only shown in a few theaters in New York and Los Angeles on November 25th. On January 20th of 2023, it will be shown in all North American theaters. Marvel and Disney have said that Deadpool 3 will come out on November 8th of 2024. This is later than its original release date of September 6th, 2024. Next, Hugh Jackman kicks off Deadpool 3 Wolverine training with gym photos. On Instagram, Jackman posted a picture of himself flexing his biceps while dripping in sweat, with the caption, "Work in progress." The actor also posted a reel with the picture, 2 other workout photos, and C+C Music Factory's Gonna Make You Sweat playing, with the caption, "And so it begins." The actor starts training because the third Deadpool movie is set to come out in the fall of 2024. Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool, told the world in a video called Deadpool Update on September 27th of 2022 that Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine. Reynolds says he doesn't know what the next sequel will be about in the video. He talks about how Deadpool 3 wasn't shown at Disney's D23 Expo or Marvel Studios' presentation of upcoming projects. The actor then says, "But we did have one idea," and Reynolds asks Jackman, "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?" "Yeah, sure Ryan," is all Jackman says in response. The video then shows when Deadpool 3 will come out and a new logo that shows Wolverine's claws scratching the Deadpool icon. Later, Reynolds posted another video of him sitting on a couch with Jackman. In it, they talk about the movie and make fun of its violence, while Wham's "Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go" plays in the background. Fans of Deadpool may remember that Wham's music is mentioned in the first 2016 movie, and Careless Whisper is the last song played before the credits roll. Deadpool 3 director promised to bring Jackman back months prior. Fans and Reynolds himself have wanted to see Jackman's Wolverine and Reynolds' Deadpool interact in real life outside of 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine for a long time. Sean Levy, who directed Deadpool 3 and worked with Reynolds on both Free Guy and The Atom Project, said in March of 2022, "I'm not going to say where and how, but I absolutely will confirm my intention and determination to be the lucky son of a who puts those two magnificent gods in the same movie together." He was talking about Reynolds and Jackman. After 6 months, months, that statement has become true. Even though Deadpool 3 is now part of Marvel Studios and the MCU, it wasn't on the list of Phase 5 and Phase 6 projects that the studio announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. As of this writing, the project's release date has the movie coming out in theaters between July of 2024 when the Thunderbolts end Phase 5 and November of 2024 when Fantastic Four starts Phase 6. As a bonus, forget Wolverine. It's time Hugh Jackman returns as Van Helsing. Hugh Jackman became a bankable star in the early 2000s thanks to his role as Wolverine, which he will play again in the upcoming Deadpool 3. But with Wolverine being the main character in more than half a dozen movies, and Logan in particular giving the character a happy ending, 20 years seemed like a lot of attention for a character who has had more than his fair share. But Jackman's role as Wolverine isn't the only one that deserves so much attention. In fact, it's a crying shame that another part from the early 2000s was never followed up on. People want Jackman to come back as Van Helsing, which is what they really deserve. By 2004, Jackman had become a pop culture icon thanks to his roles as Wolverine in both X-Men and X-Men 2, X-Men United. Before the MCU and the explosion of superhero movies that happened later in the decade, not many people thought Jackman would get so many chances to play Wolverine again. Like most successful action stars, people thought that he would be in a few more action-adventure franchises in his career, but Wolverine remained his only recurring role in the genre, no matter how many and different his successes were. But that wasn't necessary. In the 2004 movie, Van Helsing, Jackman played the title character, a vampire hunter, in a way that was different from how the character was usually played as a professor. Style-wise and cleverly, Stephen Sommers' love letter to the old Universal Picture monster movies was a summer blockbuster with Hugh Jackman as the main character. The movie was also able to show its unique universe through different characters who had a long history and a lot of options for where they could go next. But despite all of that, there was never a second part. Though panned by critics, the film was commercially successful and has since merited reevaluation. A video game, an animated prequel, and a comic book made it possible for Van Helsing to become a whole franchise. But that didn't happen. During the main X-Men trilogy, Wolverine was in movies that ranged from good to bad, but Van Helsing never really got his chance to shine. But his window might not be shut just yet. Even though Logan seemed to close the door on Wolverine for good, there's still hope if Jackman is open to going back to his action roles from the past. Universal Pictures thought about making a new version of the movie, but Jackman's return would be the most likely way for it to do well. After 20 years, his return to the character would be more like the original Van Helsing from Bram Stoker's Dracula. He would be older and wiser, but still dirty and dangerous, which could help him stand out from many of the action horror heroes that came out around the same time. In 2004, action horror movies were popular, and when Van Helsing was up against Blade and Celine, it was harder for people to see what made it different. By 2022, when he would have gray hair and the perfect track record of an Oscar-nominated actor, the story would be different. Wolverine's character will almost certainly be rethought in a clever way in Deadpool 3. But that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, cheers.